birthday to you. On this occasion of yours, happy birthday to you. Many happy returns.
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. This famous expression from renowned English playwright William Shakespeare aptly describes the legendary life of Alailua Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetono, CFR, or Gbagba II, the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebu land. The revered traditional ruler was not only born into greatness by virtue of his royal roots, he achieved greatness in life, and by sheer providence, he was also put in positions that required greatness to succeed. Oba Adetono, who ranks as one of the greatest benefactors of Olabisi Onabanjo University at Goiwoye, has indeed come a long way in the service of his people. A quintessential monarch of unequaled stature, the royal father also personifies the enviable attributes of the Ijebu nationality group, known for their artistry, doggedness, sociability, and indeed entrepreneurial spirit. The Awujale epitomizes the most desired transformational leadership in the country and continues to bestride the traditional institute like a colossus. That is why, on the occasion of his 88th birthday holding today, 10th of May 2022, Olabisi Onabanjo University is very proud to be associated with him and celebrate his exemplary, purposeful, and legacy-filled life. Remarkably, he has spent 62 years on the royal stool, thus making him the longest reigning first-class monarch in Nigeria today. Over the course of time, he became not only the pride of Ijebu land, but also a reference point in sublime royalty and a highly respected national figure. Oba Adetono's immense contributions to the education sector have been widely acknowledged, especially at Olabisi Onabanjo University at Goiwoye, where he endowed a multi-million naira professorial chair in governance, established an institute for governance studies, constructed iconic buildings, facilitated critical road projects, and made other philanthropic interventions. His invaluable contributions at OOU started in 2015 when the former Vice-Chancellor, Professor Saburi Adesonya, requested for an endowment which eventually led to the birth of the Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetono Professorial Chair in Governance. However, the emergence of the current Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ganiyu Olatunji Olatunde, a workaholic who seamlessly keyed into Kabiesi's vision, prompted the paramount ruler to intensify his efforts at bequeathing legacy and memorable projects to the university. On the 10th of March 2016, at the prestigious Oriental Hotel, Lagos, history was made when the Awujale instituted ₹500 million endowment fund known as Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetono Professorial Chair in Governance. The chair resides in the Department of Political Science, Faculty of Social Sciences, Olabisi Onabanjo University at Goiwoye. Such a donation coming from an octogenarian monarch remains unprecedented in the history of professorial chair endowments in this country. Professor Akin Mabunguche, the pioneer pro-chancellor of OOU, delivered the maiden edition of the annual lecture series of the professorial chair. Less than a year after instituting the endowment, a distinguished professor of political science and international relations, Professor Ayo Olukotun, was appointed as the pioneer chair. Events were moving rapidly with the delivery of its inaugural lecture entitled Governance and the Media in an Emerging Democracy, a study of the role, record, and changing profile of the Nigerian media from 1999 to 2017, held at the Adeola Odutola Hall, Ijebu-Ode, in May 2017. Since then, it has become a tradition to celebrate the birthday of the Awujale with incisive, trailblazing public lectures, which of course were focused on contemporary and burning issues emerging from the researches of the professorial chair. In May 2018, the second anniversary lecture was on civil society and governance in Nigeria's evolving democracy from 1999 to 2018, while that of 2019 was aptly captioned Grassroots Governance, the soft underbelly of Nigeria's political architecture. The lecture was laced with a panel of discussants that included the presidential candidate of the Young Progressive Party, YPP, in 2019, Professor Kingsley Moghalu, and the only female presidential candidate in the 2015 election, Professor Remi Shonaya. In between these academic endeavors, flurry of activities were going on in areas of infrastructure development. Typical of Kabiesi, he mandated the Board of Trustees of the professorial chair at the inception of his inauguration to ensure that a befitting state-of-the-art building complex to be fully funded by him was constructed and handed over to the university within a record time.
So I want to assure you that once we have the survey, we will do a better plan for the area. And when we start our project, we never stop until it is finished. We propose to have a nice building for the professor of the chair, and a nice office for him, and within the land you are giving us, you have hall there for conferences. You have place for him to accommodate visitors. It will be an institution within an institution.
Determined to make good of his promise, on the 25th of October 2018, he laid the foundation stone of this building complex. Interestingly, less than a year of laying the foundation stone, Kabiesi did not disappoint the entire university community, as the building complex was expeditiously completed by August 2019. Not done yet, the Awujale surprised a delegation from the university when in January 2020, the then Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the University Governing Council, Mrs. Mosun Bello Olushoga, led other members of the council on a courtesy visit to his private residence in appreciation of Kabiesi's tremendous contribution to the growth and development of the university. They were taken aback by another unexpected philanthropic gesture from the Alailua, who promised to construct an iconic building complex that will host a new Institute of Governance Studies. However, to the delight of the university community, the Institute for Governance Studies building complex later took off, and its construction had been finally completed today. The building complex sits on a 21,227 square meters ground within the academic core buildings in the main campus of the university. The project is a twin building consisting of a library that can take 200 graduate students and a lecture theater meant for 500 graduates. In addition, it has no less than 14 offices for the faculty members, including the offices of the directors and visiting professors. Most importantly, 8 lecture rooms that can take 50 students each, with 2 seminar rooms that will take 200 participants each, are part of the facilities designed for the building complex. Kabiesi seems not done with his magnanimous intervention at Olabisi Onabanjo University. On 27th of August 2021, he came on a special visit to the university's main campus. The royal father was accompanied on the occasion by the Ebomawe of Agoiwe, Oba Abdurazak Adenuba, and some eminent members of the group of 12 Ijebu indigents who the Alailua had mobilized to finance the building of the Vice-Chancellor's Lodge. The lodge will cost a sum of 175 million naira with an expected completion time of 12 months. The foundation laying ceremony of this lodge took place in December 2021. The epochal event crystallized the university's dream of having a befitting and magnificent residential building for its vice-chancellor after almost 40 years of its existence. Giving his remarks at this historic ceremony held at the project site, Oba Adetono described OOU as the pride of Ijebu people. He assured that everything will be done to consolidate and expand the frontiers of development going on in the university. He also said that he was impressed by the level of achievement recorded by the university under the leadership of the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ganiyu Olatunji Olatunde. He therefore assured the institution's management of his continued unflinching support and that of well-meaning Ijebu sons and daughters towards taking the university to greater heights.
So I want to take this opportunity to thank the listener Professor Gavini because his father encouraged me to come more positively to this university. Thank you, I'm grateful to him and all of you for the support you are giving to me. I promise that when I'm still living, I'll continue to do my part and make sure that this university achieves greatness.
The Vice Chancellor, Professor Ganiyu Olatunji Olatunde, was full of praises for the Awujale and applauded him for facilitating landmark projects to the university. He noted that the professorial chair has been impactful and equally positions OOU to provide solutions for leadership failure and governance deficit in the country. The Vice Chancellor also disclosed that the Institute for Governance Studies in the university will be offering scholarship to 5 best postgraduate students in governance studies in Africa, with a travel grant of $5,000 each. He added that the scholarship award was part of measures to make the institute known globally. For Olabisi Onabanjo University community, the legendary contributions of the Awujale to the institution, including his donation of iconic buildings, access road construction, and endowment professorial chair, are quite heartwarming. It is rare to find anyone that can match Alailua Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona in terms of mobilizing people for developmental purposes. The various personal interventions of the paramount ruler have also boosted the capacity of OOU to provide solutions for leadership failure and governance deficit in the country. As Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona celebrates his 88th birthday and equally commemorates his 62nd coronation anniversary, Olabisi Onabanjo University joins the people of Ijebu land and all his well-wishers from far and near to wish Kabiyesi many more years of peaceful reign on the throne.